Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to continue with the series of videos that I've started creating based around the book or the movie, The Secret. And today's video is going to be focused around how we can make that secret really simple so that we can truly understand how it works and how we can use it to benefit us. So while you watch the intro video, why not leave a comment below just to let me know something that maybe you've tried to achieve but found it difficult to actually achieve it, and maybe in a future video we can look at practical ways in which we can help you achieve that. So, onto the best way to really understand how the secret works is to understand how gravity works. So we all know about gravity. It's what keeps us on the ground. At the same time, it's a simple law that always works. For instance, if I was to slip and fall, regardless if I'm a good person or a bad person, I'm going to hit that floor. So the law of attraction works in a similar way. So regardless of who you are and what you do, etc., the law of attraction is always working. It can be working in your favor or against. So why not learn how to make it work in your favor? So we touched on this aspect a little bit in the previous video, where we talked about how everything that we have in our life right now, we've attracted to ourselves. Be that the good things in our life, like the house that we live in, the car that we may drive, the holidays that we go on, but at the same time, we're also attracting the bad things too. So if you're in debt, if you hate your job, if you're just in that position in your life where you just feel like, why does this keep happening to me? Now, all of that, I hate to say it, but we've attracted that into our life too. Now, people don't like to have that thought. They don't like to think that they have caused the bad things that have happened in their life. It's always easier, much easier, to blame someone else. But at the end of the day, this all comes down to choices. Do you want to believe that bad things can happen to you at any time? Do you want to believe that you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Do you want to believe that you have no control of your life whatsoever? Or do you want to live your life knowing and believing that you have in your hands the reins to directing every step that's going to happen in your life? This is how we can utilize the secret to help you. Now, a single thought is usually not strong enough to attract what you want. It requires persistence. It requires us to constantly think about that one thing that we want on a regular basis, day after day after day, multiple times. And only then does the law of attraction really truly work and you attract that thing that you've always wanted. I mean, imagine if every crazy thought that you've ever had in your whole life came true instantly. It'd be pretty crazy, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a whole load of things that I wouldn't want happening like that. Now, luckily, most of us are actually living pretty good lives. I mean, you have a phone or you have a computer and you have a great internet connection that's allowing you to watch this video right now. That means that you're living a life that's probably a bit better than most people living in this world right now. And the reason for this is because most of us actually attract most of the things that we want by default. It's just how our brains are wired. Now, at the same time, it's also impossible to monitor every single thought that we have, because on average, a person has around 60,000 thoughts a day. Now, I don't know about you, I definitely won't be able to control every single thought that I have. But this is why it's actually pretty easy if we take it from another perspective. And this is where we can use our feelings. Our feelings can navigate the law of attraction. This is because our feelings can also create our thoughts. Now, if you've got a good feeling, you're going to have good thoughts. If you've got a bad feeling, you're going to have bad thoughts. Now, this comes true with people that you may know in your own life. Usually people who constantly worry about things. For instance, think about someone who may have a bicycle, and when they cycle somewhere, they go and lock up their bike, but they're constant worriers. So they're constantly worrying whether they lock their bike. They're constantly worrying whether their bike is still there when they get back. The likelihood is that they probably are attracting bad things into their life. However, that doesn't mean that you have to be careless and think like, okay, I'm just going to leave my bike there and I know no one's going to take it. No, you still have to be cautious because There are people out there who will just come and take your bike. So obviously you would leave your bike there, but you'd lock it, but you don't worry about it. You don't think about it on a constant basis. So this is why we need to use our feelings to have control over our thoughts in order to make the law of attraction work for us. And you know what? The best thing is that it's really easy to become aware of how you are feeling. Because at any time, you can just pause and ask yourself, how am I feeling? Now straight away, just by saying the word of how you're feeling, you can see the difference. So for instance, if I was to say depression, anger, resentment, guilt, you can see straight away that's giving you bad feelings. Whereas excitement, joy, gratitude, and love, you can see that straight away, just by saying the words, you've got the happy feeling within you. Now think about the job that you're in right now. Personally for me, my last job, I was working at a company where I did not enjoy it at all. I was commuting 1.5 hours every single day to go into a company that was overstaffed, and I was just doing training for 6 months straight. Now, this was just carrying on doing various stuff that was not adding any value to my life. It therefore made me really bored and frustrated, and the worst thing was just commuting 1.5 hours to go and do nothing. Now I identified that, and I decided that it's time for a change. And so I started looking for other jobs. And this is where I managed to get the job that I'm currently in right now. And I really do enjoy where I am right now. Now I think everybody really needs to assess the job that they're in, because most of your life is spent at your job. And if you don't enjoy it, you're constantly attracting negative thoughts towards the rest of your life. That short amount of time that you can be enjoying yourself, you're still thinking about that terrible job that you have. Whereas if you can change your job, or if you can change the view of your job to something that you enjoy, something that you like, that will automatically reflect into the other parts of your life. And you'll just automatically start enjoying the rest of your life. Now let's try and do an exercise. Close your eyes for a second. Now think of the last time you were really happy. Were you with your other half? Were you with your family? Were you with your friends? What were you doing? Were you out for dinner? Were you chilling at someone's house? Were you on a night out? Maybe you met up in a park during this coronavirus. Now, how many times did you end up laughing? Was it once? Was it twice? Was it 10 times? What was the joke? Who said the joke? Was it a little chuckle? Was it a full belly deep laugh? Was there music being played? What were you eating? What were you drinking? Now, think about that moment. What you've just created just now is a happy place. This is something that you can always use and you can always revisit in order to get into that happy moment in your life. Now, these are the key things that we need to utilize within our life to ensure that we're always on this happy path, so that we're attracting happy and great things into our lives. Now, what are the other practical things that you can do in order to get into that happy moment? For me personally, whenever I feel a little bit down, I always turn on music. Now, music is one of these amazing things that you can have different musics for different moods in your life. You can always find something that's going to just make you feel really happy. I mean, for me, every time I listen to "Today I don't feel like doing anything," Bruno Mars always makes me happy. It just makes you want to dance, right? Happy by Pharrell Williams. I mean, he chose the name of the song to be happy. It's one of those songs that every time you listen to it, you just always feel happy. So it's always great to have like a playlist of happy songs that you can always turn to and always listen to. Create your own soundtrack, the soundtrack to your own life. Have a playlist that you can listen to whenever you want, that will always put you in the right frame of mind, that will make you get to where you want to go. Obviously, you will need different playlists for different parts of your life. For working out, you might want to have Eye of the Tiger. For feeling calm and composed, I personally use religious music and Indian classical music as well. Now, another thing that makes me really happy, and it's probably one of my favorites. So I'm going to make a bet with you. If you're not happy after watching this video clip, you don't have to like this video at all. But if you smile at all during this short clip, you have to go down to the bottom of this video and hit that like button. You ready? Check it out. Babies. They're one of the best ways to make you feel better. That baby you just saw was one of my great friends, Thea. Now, babies are one of the best ways to help you feel better. Now, obviously, there are times when they are crying their eyes and you just have no idea what's going on. But focusing on the happy times can melt anyone's heart and make them feel great. The feeling of love is also one of those great moments that can change your mindset from sad to happy. Whenever you think about that time when you've been truly in love, it is the best time you've ever experienced in your life. Whether it's from your mother or whether it was from your partner, that true feeling of love brings out great joy in anyone. So all these happy trigger points are what we need up our sleeves in order to immediately be ready for whenever we're having those bad moments. Because by focusing yourself to always be happy, you're constantly forcing yourself to have happy thoughts and therefore attracting happy and great things into your life. And I don't know about you, but I feel like this world needs a lot more love and happiness right now. So what did we learn today? The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is as impartial as the law of gravity. Nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. To know what you're thinking, ask yourself, how are you feeling? Emotions are valuable tools that instantly tells us what we are thinking. It is impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. There are secret shifters, such as pleasant memories, nature, or your favorite music, or babies, that can change your feelings and shift your frequency in an instant. The feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. So I hope you liked this video today, and as always, if you haven't already, hit the red subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit the bell button as well, so you get notified when my next video comes out. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. See you at the next video.